everybody? Welcome to episode 18 of podcast. We're going to be joined today by Scott Cleary, Enterprise Sales Manager at Revenova, and we're going to have Lev as the co-host. Let's get into it. What is going on, Scott?
What's happening, Alex? Appreciate you having me on again. Also appreciate you for ambushing me with one of Revenova's largest customers that I met about 5 minutes ago with no heads up. But yeah, it's great to be here.
Yeah, Lev has been sort of a secret of the show, running his rapid fire segment, which has been doing great, and I've appreciated that. He dropped the segment and then disappeared for 2 weeks, so I'm happy to have him back. We're doing a Chill Friday show, so Lev's going to join us as the co-host. Lev, tell us a little bit about what you're doing these days. Founder of Everest, that's your past. What are you up to now?
Well, after Everest, took a little time off to enjoy life. It's a beautiful world that we're living in, and started a staffing and recruiting company. We kind of do three things. First off, we do offshore recruiting. So unlike some of the other guys out there like Lean and Rapido and the others, we actually go out and we find exactly the talent people are looking for. We don't use green people, that are fresh to the industry. We hire people with 2 to 6, 2 to 8 years of experience, real plug and plays that know exactly what to do. So, companies may pay a little bit more, not much, but they're getting people who are talented and who know, various different teams.
You're not messing around with the entry level. You guys,
not at all. No, we go for kind of like headhunt experienced people, whether they're dispatchers, carrier reps, account managers, salespeople, track and trace, et cetera, et cetera.
Just wanted to give you a quick intro since you've been doing the rapid fire. I've had a lot of DMs be like, "Who is this guy?" So I figured I'd give you, the co-host spot.
Yeah. Also, hold on. Let me finish the pitch. If you're putting all this pressure on me today,
I prepared for like 3 days.
I didn't need the whole story.
No.
He was ready though. Let the man cook.
Let him cook. Go, Lev.
Scott, I appreciate it. You're a really nice guy.
I have my moments,
So, we do three things. That's one thing. The second thing, we do stateside recruiting, and we also do driver recruiting. So those are the three pillars of Alpha. And we'll get you Alpha candidates.
I'm going to do a quick reorganization. Give me 1 second. That's how it needed to be, and I misclicked at the start. I couldn't take it. My OCD was killing me. I needed to see Scott at the bottom. I needed it to look like this.
Just holding you boys up.
But all right, man, let's get into it with you, Scott. How did you get into logistics? Since the last time you were on this show, you were the host of this show. So now it's my turn to ask you.
How to get into logistics? None of us, unless you're legacy, none of us purposely got the logistics, right? So I was a senior up at Suffolk University. I was a good student. Somehow faked my way into becoming an RA. I was okay at that, but 6 classes, RA, in a couple honor societies. I know if anybody who's knows me well listening, they probably don't believe it, but it's true. And so I was like, I didn't really do much of the job search, and my dad tells me once, I go, "Dad," I'm like, we're chatting our Sunday chat, and I go, "I don't know what to do. I got no idea what I'm gonna do. He's like, well, he's like, Scotty, you're coming home to bartend this summer. You know that." He's
Why
like, so you can figure it out this summer.
With bartending, it's always bartending,
dude. I got into the
Scott, what's your drink of choice?
My drink. I'm actually not a big drinker, but I do love a good old fashioned. I will take an old fashioned all day. But if it doesn't take it,
an old fashioned, please.
It's bitters, orange, cherry, little bit of simple syrup, and like 2 ounces, hopefully at least 2 ounces of whiskey.
What's the whiskey? What kind of whiskey do you like in your old fashioned?
In an old fashioned, usually I stick around the bullet tier, but if I've done a Blanton's, which any big whiskey drinker is going to be real mad at me, right? Yeah, but I claim it's still a pretty clean drink. I'm not tough enough to drink whiskey straight. I like Taylor Swift. I like whiskey, but I can't drink it straight. Come on.
All right, so I guess
Anyway,
I don't gotta ask you what type of music do you like at the end of the show. I guess I'm
dude,
just gonna
it's all
label you a
scratched
Taylor
up now.
Swift.
Eras tour, dude. Everybody listens to an eclectic
All right,
mix.
so you come back home, you get into
Anyway, yeah. So I
bartending.
come, yeah. She's like, come back home and bartend. He goes, I think Nick the Quick's doing pretty well down in Florida. And so Nick, he has nicknames for everybody. My dad, and Nick's a good family friend. He's like, he's doing a sales thing down in Florida. My dad's from Boston, from Mass. And so I give him a shout. We were always kind of in touch because he worked for my parents for a young age when he was a kid. And so he's known me essentially since birth. You know, he even babysat my sister and I a couple of times. And what's funny is we have the same birthday. So it's always kept us very loosely connected. So once I got Facebook, it was always the casual happy birthday. You know, he'd see me coming into the stores because I worked at my parents' stores. So anyways, I give him a shout. He said, you know, I tell him what I'm up to, what I'm looking for. He goes, you know what we do? I'm like, no. So he's like, okay, well, I'm going to pass, you know, I'll pass your info. And if they're looking to fill, like we are looking to hire salespeople, but if recruiting thinks that, you know, that you'll worth the interview, get the interview. Long story short, I end up at Blue Grace for 4.5 years. That's how I got it.
Nice, man. I loved the Blue Grace, to be honest. Back when I was a carrier, like I never had issues with them.
Yeah.
They were cool.
On the truckload side, yeah. So I was actually there when we started that. I mean, I didn't start it, but I was.
Man, Scott, you bring in the
Thanks.
Stop Army out here, man. I forgot to look at the comments.
Oh, it's all good, man. Representing, you know.
I think this is your boy, right? Nick's your boy, right?
Yep. Get to know him. Appreciate you. People should get to know that guy too. That guy's story is nuts.
We got Sage coming in with a bartending joke. Sorry, I had it on
AOC path to success.
Look at the comments.
Oh my gosh.
It is always bartending, though. It's always bartending.
No, I mean, it's a good way to make money. And it's like, also, I'm in sales, right? It's like, that's a social thing. You upsell, you know, you flirt this way or that way a little bit.
How many ladies did you pick up bartending?
None. I hold my girlfriend's hand now. That's about it.
None?
No.
How many years experience do you have?
I'm still a virgin. I'm a virgin. I'm saving it.
Okay. No, back on track.
Bartending was fun. Bartending was
after fun. Blue Grace. What happened after Blue Grace?
Yeah, Blue Grace. I was there about 4.
What did you do at Blue Grace? What were you doing over there?
I cut my teeth in LTL. You know, I learned a lot about selling LTL. I still like that. I know how to, you know, use the NMFTA website and search class. I could do that right now if I needed to. I love doing that stuff. Then when they started the truckload division, which Nick was actually a part of too, a big part of too, I jumped over to that side. So we were very new. You know, at that point, that was like probably 2016, I think, when that started. It was still pretty new. So we didn't have the power of the big brokers out there, you know, the top 10, you know, everybody knows the names, moving all that truckload. We were still just cutting our teeth in it, but we still had the Blue Grace name. So a lot of people, if they had LTL in the business, had heard the name. You know, usually we could at least get a shot, and then we just worked like hell to get it covered.
There you go. I mean, what was your first logistics success? What was your first moment where you said, like, hey, like, you know, I've got something done today. You know, I'm proud of what happened. What was your first memory that kind of got you hooked?
I mean, it's the same. That got me hooked.
What made you realize, like, hey, I'm gonna stay in? Like, I love logistics. It's not just something passive anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I learned to love logistics. While I was at Blue Grace, right? Like, there I was just grinding, trying to survive. Like I ran out of money in 6 months, and for like moving down because I had no clue how to budget. I thought I was going to be this hot shit salesman like right away because I watched too many movies, and I was also part of a new program.
This guy just watched Boiler Room and was like already
exactly. Driving. I'm like, I could
driving the Ferrari, bro.
Exactly. Like I leased a Ferrari, but I had an $800 a month one-bedroom apartment. No, but so I just, you know, I was friggin' broke. Like I couldn't afford a Domino's pizza. I didn't have a car. Like it was insane. Like I was flat ass broke. And honestly, like I was thinking like, God, like what am I going to do with myself? Like I don't even like what is life? You know, I'm 23. And I got that first shipment. Like I just got the first shipment. It was just such a relief. I'm like, okay, I can do this.
Was it dry van, reefer, or flatbed?
No, it was an LTL shipment. I was selling LTL.
Okay.
But my first
so how much did you make in your pocket on that first shipment? Like $9?
Like less. Like yeah, I sold it. It was an LTL shipment. My first truckload shipment, Lev, I broke even.
Yeah, Scott sold
I
one
broke even on a
LTL load
van.
and went straight to the G-Wagon dealership,
G-Wagon,
bro.
Sage, that's right. Nah, I drive a Stang, not a G-Wagon. I would drive a G-Wagon in a hot second if A, it didn't kill me, and B, it was an AMG. Other
Bro,
than that,
I would drive it if it didn't look like a toaster with wheels, dude.
no, that's an Element.
Nah, the G-Wagon is not my choice, man. That's for
It
sure.
was the nicest toaster with wheels.
But all right, man, let's get back to the thing. So that was your first, you moved your first shipment. You always remember that. What was your first
Yep.
fail? What was your first, like, yo, I
My
screwed up
first
here.
fail? Oh, man, the first bad fail. I moved. Okay, so I got this guy so I didn't do, for some reason, I've always liked bigger sales, longer sales, more complex sales. So, being a freight broker was perfect. But I didn't know that at the time, and I learned so much. I'm grateful. I always wanted to hit people over the head, no matter what, especially if they're transactional, right? I still had no clue how to sell. I'm just learning my ass from my elbow. But there's this guy who moved plastic articles, so we all know that's class-based, density-based, and I was still figuring stuff out. And I think he either gave me dims that were a little off, or I just classed it wrong. Like I flat classed at 70, like the classic screw up, and it was not 70. They're like those little, those little plastic things that you put in the pizza to stop the cheese from hitting the top.
Yeah, like that, like umbrella or
I was
table.
moving like 4 or 5 pallets of that, and I hit him hard for it, and then it got reclassed, and I had screwed up the reclass, and I was like, I don't know what am I gonna do? And somehow we fudged the paperwork, sent it back to the carrier, and I did this like no management knew. Like I did this on the low with a coworker who will remain unnamed. Like we fudged it, sent it over, and like to the right class, and I had somebody call in a favor too, and we got it taken care of. But it was ugly there for a minute.
Yeah, this is like the third time pizza's come up in my day today, man. Like everyone's just pointing me towards eating pizza later.
By the way, thin crust or deep dish?
Okay, we'll define deep dish.
Chicago style deep dish, like
no. So and when you say no, not like the pie. Like I can't do that. I've tried it. It's too messy. I'm a pizza snob too. Like I love pizza, and I'm not picky about much. Like I'll eat crappy pizza, but I'm not gonna tell you it's good.
Who's got the best pizza? Who's got the best pizza in
my parents growing up? My parents growing up had the best damn pizza, and I don't care that that's my parents. You brick a pizza protector. Oh man, yeah, I did brick one.
Just throwing up bricks on his first LTL shipment.
Dude, that wasn't my first one. That was just a learning experience. I have another quick one. I have a truckload one too.
Yo, you're banned from Chicago, bro. Like
I guess so. No, so anyway, I like more like a New York style pizza. That's what I grew up with. That's what I like. It's a nice blend. I do like it doughy but well done.
Doughy but well done, bro. What does that even?
I want like a good crust. I want a good crust, but I want it like a thick slice of pizza, like the crust. I want this little dinky, just give me a substantial slice. Anyway,
if you came to Serbia, don't ever order pizza, because for some reason nobody in this country has figured. Bro, listen to this. Nobody in this country has figured out the idea of putting pizza sauce first, or just putting it at all, bro.
They just don't put toppings on the bottom.
They just put bread, cheese, toppings, and then they expect you to drizzle like ketchup on the top of your pizza.
Hey, Scott, what I must say is, if you haven't been to Chicago and tried Pequot's pizza or Bert's pizza, you've done both of those?
I know Pequot's. I had Pequot's and I didn't like it. It was just too messy. It's just I got a delivery.
What about you got to put this on your bio or like on some t-shirts, bro. Like,
what about the cheese on the crust?
But I won't tell you it's good.
Oh, I like cheese on the crust. Like, yeah, we can mess with the crust. Like, we can stuff the crust. We can put garlic.
Stuffed crust. Stuffed crust. It's a wrap with stuffed crust. That's my favorite.
Oh, dude, like, why wouldn't you want more cheese? Like,
yeah.
You put Parmesan on the top of your cheese. Yeah,
bro, Pizza Hut stuffed crust, bro. That's the move. That's always the play.
But no, here, real quick, my biggest fail though, like where it cost us money, and I did it. Like, I had a few ballsy moments, I will say. I had a two pick like Southern California, one drop in Tampa, Florida, right? And again, this is like before TMS are as hooked up as they are. See Revenova. And so tracking wasn't as good as it was. It wasn't as easy as it was. You didn't have multiple stops. The extra stops went in the special instructions, right? And it didn't get tracked. And the receiver realized that he missed the second pick. So I just went ahead, booked another truckload from the second pick to the delivery, waited for it to pick up, zeroed out the margin. Like I zeroed out the whole thing and sent the invoice to the customer because I'm like, we straight up didn't do our jobs. So like I got a talking to, but they're like, ethically you did the right thing, but you can't write a $4,000 check for Blue Grace.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, does it even like matter if you solved it? Like, is that really even like a fail? Like, I mean,
Yeah, because I just wrote, like, I decided to spend my CEO's money that day. Like that was a bit of a fail.
I mean, it's
Again,
kind
big
of better
learning
than them finding out what the actual, like the customer finding out what the actual mistake was, if you think about it.
Well, I just told them that. I mean, they could tell that the pick was missed. So I was like, don't worry, I got you covered. And I got another truck.
Yeah. I mean, well, all right, man. What are you doing now, and what's Revenova doing now? Tell me, about what are you doing today?
What are we doing today? I mean, the buzz, as if anybody's seen on LinkedIn, if you haven't, we have released the fleet side of our module. So 712 came out just a couple weeks ago. We already did have a dispatch console, but this is like this was a full release in itself, and we do 3 to 4 releases a year, average about 60 upgrades or more per release. So you can imagine the amount of time that takes. We dedicated the whole thing to open the fleet.
What
so
are some of the
going after that size.
What are some of the key features on the fleet side?
Yeah, so on the fleet side, that, like I told you pre-show, Lev, I'm still learning that. I am, as we were talking about, brokerage by nature, so I am admittedly learning fleet on my feet. No pun intended, but it worked.
This is fleet on the feet.
It was actually like a double entendre. Fleet on my feet.
Fleet
and
on the
like
fly.
I'm fleet-footed.
This dude's got just two Mack truck slippers on his feet right now, bro.
Dude, that'd be great. They'd be the size of a Mack truck too. My feet are noxious. So what were we talking about? Yes. Some of the features for that. So yeah, I'm learning the asset side on my feet.
Bro, what do you do all day? Like what is your job?
I talk
What
to
is
you.
your
I ask
day-to-day
you a
look
question.
like?
Yeah, so my day-to-day is to get Revenova out there, right? It's not something necessarily that I'll just convince somebody to take a look at, right? It's a very big piece of software, so it's about timing. It's about, getting yourself and your own personal brand out, as well as, pitching Revenova, of course, too, being in shows, this and that. But anyways, from home, I'm looking at, executives, director up folks that I want to reach out to. I'm jealous, Nick, that I'd want to reach out to and, figure out a way that I can reach them. And that's a little bit different, right? And one thing I'm doing right now is that I'm really open to networking, expanding my professional network, both with folks who could buy from me and folks who can't, but not having a sales conversation, just having, I always tell people that I'm willing to answer questions about Revenova on this networking call, but I am not going to actively sell it. I do just want to talk and have a 30-minute conversation. So that's something I'm actively.
How long is the sales cycle for you usually?
Average sales cycle, in a perfect world, it's about 4 months is on average. I actually just landed a company that we're all very excited about out of Jacksonville that I worked about 1.5 years. So, I've also had closed in a week. It's all over the place. But average level, I'd say about 4 hours.
But it's funny though, because
4 hours, 4 months.
So the way me and
4
Scott
hours, man, that'd be amazing.
I'm like, Harvey Specter's got nothing.
The way me and Scott actually met was he sent me a DM and it was like, "Hey man, can I have 30 minutes of your time?" And he didn't like pitch slap me or anything. He was just like, "Hey, like, can I talk to you for 30 minutes?" So I was like, you know what? Like, I respect the chillness of that. Like, yeah, sure, we can talk for 30 minutes, Like, it's like when people send me 3 paragraphs, like I'm not gonna deal with that, But if somebody's genuine and they're like, "Hey, like, can I just talk to you for like 20 minutes? You have 20 minutes sometime?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro, I have 20 minutes." Sometime.
And that's the thing. It's like, no matter what a reputation for salespeople may be, I get to decide how I'm going to be and how I'm going to act. And I just I am extremely genuine, and I am like drop dead transparent with something we can or cannot do. Like, I am not about overselling, because if I intentionally oversell, I am not only going to frustrate the customer, but my team I'm going to drive them nuts too, right? They're not going to want me around. So it's like, it's managing and balancing that. So I'm just very transparent with everybody I speak with. Of course, any prospect I talk to, yeah, of course I want your business, but I'm also going to just be very genuine. I like to joke around, talk, I do like to build some rapport, because you also never know who you're talking to and what
you never know who could be a customer in 5 to 10 years, bro. You never know.
Or just you're going to be working for people someday. People are going to be working for you someday. They're going to be your co-workers. Maybe they know somebody who has a second cousin who was looking for you. Like, you just be genuine with everybody. And
what is the biggest pushback that you get nowadays Like in
Nowadays,
this market.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
it
absolutely.
that you get that perhaps you didn't get a couple of years
Just
ago?
cost. I figure in this market, it's just always going to be cost.
No, the biggest pause is just not getting back to me. It's just like the silence. No, but it's funny because there are people looking right now, right? Do I want more in my pipeline? What sales guys want more in the pipeline, right? But what I do have in there is quality. For the most, I'd say 80% is quality right now, and it is a leaner one at the moment, but that to me is a good thing, right? I don't like anything in my pipeline where I'm telling stories to myself, right? As actually a friend of mine said, he's like, salespeople are supposed to lie to their managers, just don't lie to yourself. So that's something I've always stuck by. So I like keep my pipeline real clean. But though a pushback that I do get a lot, again, there are definitely people who are looking, but right now that's just revenue's too low. They're trying to, especially some fleet companies, like, hey, we've got newer trucks, we've got to focus on paying for that. Can't necessarily upgrade or pay more depending on what the cost
Chad
is.
from AVRL, man, and he hit me with, like, I've always been thinking about this since I talked to him. He's like, companies should always try to focus more on profitability and being more profitable than they should on trying to reduce cost. Like, if you focus on yield rather than cost reduction, in most cases that's probably going to be better in the long run. I mean,
Absolutely.
I understand in this market, I've been a carrier for the past 2.5 years in this market.
You got to run. Yeah, you got to run. I'm not throwing shade
get
at the
trying to
either.
save money, bro, but like if you also like push to get some more direct freight, if you're pushing for yield, pushing to bring the money in instead of
focus
focusing
on that.
all your energy on how do you save money. I mean, at the end of the day, it usually works out better.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons that I do like selling Revenova, because not only is it a needed product, but it's not a it's a more premium product. And that's not throwing shade at anybody who markets towards smaller customers, but I've always enjoyed, again, a larger, more complex sell. That's what Revenova is. And so it's challenging, but also I get to talk to people about real business needs. It's not just about cost, and it's about bringing value. If you are more expensive, it's not about paying the same as you're paying for what I'm going to replace. It's really about, well, what's the difference in value? Like, you're having issues. That's why we're talking.
So what is the difference in value in terms of Revenova versus its competition? What are your upsides?
Absolutely. The biggest one is going to be that Salesforce platform, right? And you ask 10 people about the Salesforce platform, you might get 11 opinions, as I've heard some say, right? And that's about any topic. But it really is a superior business cloud. And being on that cloud allows us to be also part of an ecosystem. So we're not in that swivel chair environment. You can, not only is it an open API platform, we already have 40 tried and true. But if you wanted to add anybody else, there's 3 ways you can do that. We can scope the project for you. You can do it yourself if your team's got the chops, or there's many third-party companies out there who make their money consulting on behalf of Salesforce. So not on behalf of Salesforce, but making Salesforce connections, integrations, etc. So there's many ways to do it. You're not relying on us for waiting on an upgrade path. Salesforce is 3 to 4 upgrades a year. We follow the same one. That same route. And though a lot of times people think of upgrade, they think of a 4-letter word because you use some more legacy type systems. But with us, it's a very light lift. It's test in the sandbox, work out any bugs, release to production. It's no cost. As I mentioned, the no cost piece is completely backwards compatible with any changes you've already made. So you don't have to worry about any of that being broken. You don't rely on us for any of those changes you make. Like I said, if your team's got the interest or the know-how to do it, it's a click, not a code environment. It's really just rearranging page layouts, field sets, custom fields. Even, again, you don't have to put in a ticket for something as simple.
I'm sorry to cut you off, dude. This is the funniest. This has been going on in my life for 3 weeks now since I moved to this apartment. I don't have like a mesh on my window yet because I'm waiting. You got
a raccoon trying to get in.
Yeah, but listen to this, bro. Listen to this, dude. There's this bird that every single night, sometime after I finish work, will fly past my window and be like, "Bah!" And it's like the craziest noise you ever heard. I've never seen what it is. I don't know what it is. It's the most insane noise. And I left my window open by accident. I can't get up and close. It's across the room. And I saw this thing like 4 times in a row just go past me. I'm like, yo, if that flies in here right now, Like it's game over, dude.
Oh, you don't have the screen either. Yeah, you might come eat.
Yeah, because I need to get the screens put in. But dude, this bird,
Yeah.
this has been every single night, sometime after work, because it's about midnight where I am right now. So around midnight,
Wait,
it just does laps around.
He's getting his aerobics in before he calls it a night.
Dude, it's disgusting.
Or they're nocturnal and he's hunting. Just shut the door then. I'll crack the door. So anyways, it's a very open platform. Again, you don't have to worry about breaking anything by taking an upgrade. There's no cost to those upgrades. I'm just recapping for myself. Bear with me. Again, there's a lot of connectivity.
No, I mean it seems very I would say friendly to many aspects of the market. But who is your target market? Like, are you guys going after small companies, medium, large, or like what's the target market for you guys?
Sure, certainly medium to large, right? There are smaller
companies. Lev, did you read the title of this podcast? Just read it, please.
Enterprise Sales Manager at Revenova.
By the way, is this sales?
Leave Lev alone. Leave Lev alone.
Lev, you need to look with your eyes.
No, but nevertheless, you have a lot of these big companies.
It's a fancier
title platforms that don't necessarily fit. And you have large companies marketing to smaller companies as well. So I just want to learn a little bit more about, what Revenova, like who's your target market? Who do you guys
absolutely
prefer? So
I don't know what this question means.
Nick selling.
Somebody explain it to me.
Somebody say that. So we can work with smaller companies because we are an investment up front, an investment that's relative to everybody. But for a smaller company, from what I've noticed in 2 years here, it is a significant investment for that year one. And I mean, it's definitely worth it. But that being said, it's most worth it once you're a certain size or you have a specific need that other TMS can't provide. For example, some don't support drayage, and we're very good at that. So that's a large piece of your business, and you're a little bit smaller, but you're looking for something that you can scale with and grow with, and you'll just, as we like to call it, the last TMS you'll ever need because of that flexibility.
I'm sorry to cover your entire face with this very large comment, but if you want to get if you want to get through the question,
no, and Matt's correct, right? There's a certain size, and again, like I joked, like my title is a little, it's a little dramatic, right? We're salespeople, like dramatic titles. But I oversee the Southeast and Eastern Territory for Revenova with one other person, and that's my so I manage the territory. I manage the sales in that territory. I don't have a downline, but my job's to bring in new logos for Revenova. But no, to Matt's point, there are large.
Let me ask you this, Scott. Do you love what you're doing today? Do you love the company? Do you love your day-to-day? Are you passionate about where you are in your current logistic role?
Absolutely. No, and it's not because I work here. This is the best job that I've had. It's just the best fit. It's the best fit for me because the skill set I have now and that I've built over my career so far is what led me to this job. So there's, sometimes we wonder why we've had a certain job. But it's like I realized the skills I've taken from each job and how they added up to what was required for this one. So yes, and it is a great company. We're growing. I was April 22. I was hired. I think our head count was in the mid 20s. But like 2 years, we're at like 60 right now. And so yes, we're a smaller company, but we've got some incredible Apex developers and some great management running that, and a sales team that's growing and flourishing. So I like it a lot. I very much like where we are. There's Matt with the epistle.
There's a shout out to you for being
such a small amount of ICP, and I appreciate that, Matt. But it is good because I do like the deal sizes. For me, it works. Like, and
that's a perfect end, man. That's gonna be the end.
I want to get out and about more. I want to get out and about more, but more shows, more events.
If anybody needs some help with Revenova, do we send them to you? Do they reach out to you? Are you the plug, the Revenova plug?
Yeah, I mean, you can always go to our website. You can request a demo from there, but absolutely you can reach out if you go to our LinkedIn.
But people want to work with people, Scott. People want to talk to you, or maybe they're just going to see that you're famous and they just want to talk to you.
Am I famous already?
Either way,
No,
blow up Scott's DMs if you want to help with Revenova.
yeah, no. If you want to talk, if you want to talk TMS, I'm happy to talk TMS. And again, unless you ask questions, I'm not even going to pitch Revenova at you. It's all about timing. It's all about bringing
So
value.
Scott DMs you. Don't think he's trying to pitch slap you because I thought he was, but here we are. He's actually a cool dude. So.
Just trying to chat, people.
Hopping in, Scott, to the hobbies section as we start getting near the end of the show.
I can talk hobbies. Yeah.
Let's talk sports. I think we already did. Is hockey your favorite sport?
Hockey is the best sport on this earth, hands down. I will die on that hill.
What's your team again? I think we went over that too. But...
Boston Bruins.
There you go, Boston Bruins.
Die hard. Yep, die hard.
What do you think about Chara, man? He's like the only Boston Bruin that I really enjoyed watching play.
That's fine. Well, I mean, he's a tough guy, right? And the guy's just the constant.
He's like 8 feet tall, rolling around on skates.
Well, not only that, he was the strongest guy too. So guys that tall, you assume they're going to be awkward, gangly. Why isn't he shooting a basketball, sort of thing? But the guy's just such a freak athlete. Like he's running the marathon yearly now in Boston. Like he had the most pull-ups at training camp, and like there's guys much shorter and more built per pound than he is.
Guys, just a freak.
And he banged out like 32 dead hang pull-ups.
So
like shameless plug, best I ever did was 16. I was like, this guy did double that, and he was in his late 30s.
Yeah, maybe 20. That's why your social medias or something love handles, Scotty love handles.
That's a funny. There's a story behind that.
All right, let's hear. I want to hear it because I think Scotty love handles. It makes me laugh every time. It makes no sense. It's really funny when you're promoting it on LinkedIn too. It makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah, so it's a bit personal, but it's a good one, and I did.
We can skip it if you want.
No, it's good. It's good. So I was.
I mean, you're putting it out there. It can't be that personal.
Exactly. It's my own fault. So I'm not. The point is, the point of the story is just it's for me, and it's not about the other person. It's just for me. So I was what I would consider heavy for a while. I'm 6'1", large build. I was about 250 pounds, just north of 250 actually.
Bro, yeah, I weigh 250 now, but I'm 6'5", and I'm pretty heavy. Like I would like to be 20, 30 pounds less.
Right. So I mean, and I'm
50.
Yeah. So like I'm a bigger guy. I'm thick. Like I held it. Like if you looked at me, like you could shed a few pounds, but you weren't about to throw a harpoon at me either.
Yeah, exactly.
But I personally, I just wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And I had a friend who was a coach, who became a coach, and I followed her on Facebook for a year and watched and all these cool videos, these people changing their lives, and there was no silver bullet. It was just about work. Also at Britt Cederholm on Instagram. She's a tall gal, fit, awesome to work with. At Britt Cederholm if you're looking to change your physical life. Okay, anyways. So long story short, started working with her completely
changed your physical life. Yo, Lev, you need to change your
physical and your mental life. I'm telling you.
Lev, how in shape are you? Like if you had to go run like 2 miles right now, could you do
Listen, I run a mile every day, but just one.
Boom.
Do you
I don't go over. I don't go under. I do one.
It's movement, and movement's important.
Lev, you can run a mile right now. If you left your house right now, you could run for a mile. Like light jog.
I mean,
you said you run every day.
Yeah, I could do a mile, not more.
I don't know.
Sport. I can do one.
I'll go out on this weekend and try to jog a mile, and I don't know how that's going
to go. With that cigarette hanging down.
Yeah, with like 25 cigarettes smoked in that mile of running.
Taped to his shoulder so he can just quick access.
But all right, Scott, let's finish up your love handle story. So you
plugged
this lady.
That was a heavy. Yeah, Britt Cederholm, 2 T's, Cederholm. She's the best. And so changed my life in many, many ways. And so when you're building muscle, and I'm what's called a lifestyle athlete. I'm not trying to get on stage or anything crazy. I'm just trying to live a good life. And I decide what that is. We work together. So
I went just call those like normal people. Like isn't that just like a normal person? Like this guy said lifestyle health or something. But it's just like
I get up at 5. I get up at 5 a.m. 4 days a week to go to the gym. I walk. Depending if I'm on a cut or a gain, I do.
Yeah, bro,
I do cardio, and then I take an hour-long walk. I weigh all my food. I eat the same thing for like months on end.
What's the diet?
So you're talking smack.
Dude, I've never got behind the weighing the food people, bro. I've never.
I went from a chubby 250 to a lean 212 today. So It's
man.
been 3 years
down for it, bro. It's
No,
just,
I know.
I
But I'm saying, like it just takes that kind of dedication. Like it's about priorities, right? You just pick what's the most important shit to you.
So what's the diet?
Do it.
What's the freight diet?
It's a macro based diet, right? So I eat. There's plenty of times where I plan meals because I'm going out to dinner with my girlfriend, or I'm out at Freight Waves, and like lunch is served. What am I going to eat, right? Free ad for Freight Waves, I guess. I was just there 2 weeks ago, but
are you the Tupperware guy? Do you just carry around bare Tupperware everywhere you go?
So not everywhere, right? So like again, I'm not crazy about it, but I also don't like, unless I'm with my girlfriend, I'm hanging out at home, so my meals are right there and I just eat, right? So if I'm hanging out with her, like she's active, we bop around, and I have to make replacements sometimes, or I do bring my food over to her house. I actually have a lot of packing to do tonight.
Do you cook your own food?
Yeah, I cook everything. I cook and I weigh everything. I track everything. Like I track every day. I track my weight, my sleep, my stress level, my energy level, whether I worked out or not, whether I did cardio or not. How's digestion going? You're welcome. Free.
You should have Revenova, go into that sphere.
This guy needs a TMS for his
health on Salesforce. Health brought to you by Salesforce. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, so like I am like, it is like, it's like one of the biggest.
That okay, yeah. You're not like a normal person that just goes to the gym 2 times.
No, I mean, I'm an average guy. That's like my thing. Like I just I need
that's fair, bro. It's better to be like very on health than some other stupid things. So.
Well, without it, like it's just
what are you gonna do?
Hopefully, lengthen my life, right? And I have things I want to do, so that's a huge priority. So, anyways, this story's going super long. Everybody else has signed off. Are like, forget these guys. So I lost a lot of weight, and then I went.
Get to the point of the story.
Well, you sidetracked.
Wrap it up, man.
Yeah, lost a bunch of weight. I went into a growth phase, and the first time I did that, didn't do the best job, so I put weight back on. But it was all calculated. I was still 20 pounds under what I started at. I was going through a breakup at the time, and my girlfriend and my ex told me that, by the way, you should get a refund from Brit because you look the same as when you started Scotty Love Handles. So now I look freaking great, and that's my
Nah, she didn't actually say that to you.
Yeah, she did. And it's not, again, this isn't about her. This isn't like the point.
No, but she said the word Scotty Love Handles out loud.
Alex, would she be still alive in Serbia if someone told you that?
Yeah, bro. Everybody. I mean, here you're either very fit or very fat. I mean, not like it's not American obesity. I mean, that's
American obesity.
American obesity is impressive.
We lead in everything, Alex. Even health.
America's #1, bro, in everything. Even that. But
even health.
No, I mean, literally, either people are like the most healthy, athletic people you've ever met, or they're like very, very unhealthy, overweight, and there's like not a lot of in between over here. But
by the way, quick asterisk. I was not like some angel victim during this breakup, right? There was two sides. But she said Scotty Love Handles. Like, the point is, I'm not here to hate on her. Yes, she said it, and that's why I said I never wanted an Instagram, but because
but dude, don't you find it a little bit weird that you use something your ex told you and then
No, I just think it's fun. I think it's funny, and it's also to
the rest
me
of your life, dude.
I mean, the rest of my life is the internet. It's like whatever. No, because I'm just a total goofball, right? Like it's my past. That's what happened, but it's still part of me. It's something that happened. So I use that as it's funny. Like you're talking about it, right? It's funny. Yeah. It's not lame.
All right, man. We got to wrap it up here.
And well, that was the story, but it's memorable. And it's just a reminder to me that she wasn't right in that instance. She wasn't right. I accomplished something because I was definitely Scotty Love Handles before. And it's like, it's a mini motivator too.
Yeah.
And if I get fat again one day, it really fits.
Every time you look at that, you'll be like, yeah, I don't want to go back to that shit.
Exactly. It's my own little.
All right, man. We're getting into the last 2-3 questions, and then you're going to do a quiz show with Lev. So we got like 5 minutes to get through 3 questions, and then you hit a quiz show with Lev, and that'll be hilarious. And I can't wait to watch that. All right, man.
Ready.
What is your crazy? Actually, wait, just before I missed one thing. What type of music do you listen to? And also, before you answer that, are you going to be watching? I need to ask everybody for the next month. Yeah. Are you going to be watching Euro soccer tournament, like the national soccer teams play?
I don't. It depends. What's the tournament? Oh, well, only strictly international. No, like I watched the.
Like today was Germany versus Scotland. Like that was today's
5-1. 5-1.
Yeah, 5-1.
If it was,
dude, I just installed a TV in front of my desk so I can watch the soccer.
Oh, cool. No, so World Cup or Olympics, I'd watch. I don't really follow as much anymore.
Okay,
When I lived
no
in Madrid,
Euro.
I
Lev, are
became
you
a
watching?
fan though.
Yeah, of course.
You're watching the
I
Euro?
haven't
You like
watched the
soccer?
first game though. I'll be honest. I missed the first game.
I watched it. It was a disaster. Like they
It
just
was
laughed.
5-1.
Germany's looking really good. Their goals were beautiful, like crazy
Germany's
goals.
sick, dude.
But all right,
Germany
so
is
no
like-
Euro for Scott. What's your music choice? What do you listen to? When
I-
you're
I
in that
really-
gym 5 days a week weighing your foods and stuff, what do you listen to, bro?
4 days.
4 days.
But it
4
really
days,
depends on
3
the mood.
hours,
It
and
depends
29
on
seconds, dude.
yeah, it depends on my mood. So
Top
like
three, man. Three genres.
my
Don't even
go-to.
tell me an artist.
Yeah, I
Just tell me a
got you,
genre.
man. I like classic rock. I like upbeat, like 80s. I do like I do listen to like a lot of pop, like house music. So I just like whatever gets me going.
Lev, you
whatever
listen
the
to
mood
a
I'm
lot of
in.
80s, upbeat 80s, Lev? You look like an upbeat 80s
Dude,
guy.
I'm a 90s kind of guy.
I like 90s too. Like again, I love that the emo of the 2000s stuff. You know,
I had a red
the
mohawk,
stuff
like
for
a bright
90s.
red mohawk, and I listened to so much like Zebrahead. There's some like Australian band, and like that's Slipknot, all that kind of nonsense. But I've grown out of that. So. But okay, so that's it for music. So
Yeah.
what is your craziest logistics story? Like a story that you can't get out of your head. It doesn't have to be you at fault. It could be something a carrier did,
Yeah.
something a fellow broker did, something like sales call, something like that.
Oh gosh, it was a while ago, so I really have to remember something that somebody else did. I mean, there's obviously crazy stuff.
I mean, it could
going
be
on.
something you did, bro. It's just your craziest.
No, absolutely. So
wildest.
I gave you two. I gave you two good ones. Okay. So wildest story, like obviously I had some of the horror stories that we all have. But my wildest story was also like my biggest win ever. Out of PA, there's this anthracite coal company that used to use us, and like a franchise had closed. So me and a couple other people got a list of like, hey, call these shippers and see what they got going on. I landed on this company in PA. I ended up getting 2 anthracite shippers out of it, them and one other person. And he hit me back like he sold and did the freight. So he had to quote jobs like a year out. And then he'd have to somehow try to like finagle the numbers to make the freight work like 6 months to a year later, right? Or it could be fast too. But the point is he hit me like, hey, I got like 30 loads to move here to here. And it was out to California from PA. So it was a long haul. And he's like, it's got to be flatbed.
What year was this?
This was like 2018.
Oh, okay.
It was 2018. So he's like, it's got to be flatbed. So I'm like, why does that have to be flatbed? He goes, no, doc. I'm like, okay. So we're thinking back, like the numbers are just like not going to happen. I'm like, guys, like I'm getting a shot, figure this out. And I forget if it was my boss at the time or if it was the guy who did rail. He was like, yo, he always asks, can this go rail? Can this go rail? I was like, no, there's no doc. He's like,
Rail never fails.
Exactly.
Until it does.
And, right. But it'll get there. And I asked him, I go, is this time sensitive? No. I go, if we rent them a pallet jack, will they unload it? But you'll get to honor your rates. So not only did we save this guy, and I got a customer until I left out of him. You know, it was more transactional, but I actually formed a personal relationship with him too. It was great. Great guy. And like I made like rips on each load. It was fantastic. Like I moved like 30 loads at like $2,000 a load. And my COO came out. He's like, how often do they do that? I'm like, Randy, calm down. Like it's the project. Like I had a great week, but like let's not. So that was really fun to A, help him out, and B, make a ton of money. And at one point he came back.
Have you ever bought them a pallet jack? I had a broker one time. He bought me a pallet jack, and he told my driver at the end, he goes, dude, I don't give a fuck what you do with it. Like, just unload my freight. And if you want to go down the street to the truck stop and sell it to somebody, I don't give a shit. Right? You can leave it at the receiver if you want. He goes, I don't care. Just buy it, unload my freight, and then that's it with that.
Yeah, we just rented it for like 3 days or whatever. It was hilarious. It was like Sunbelt. We used like Sunbelt or United.
All right, man. That's that one. Now we have. Yep. I'm still debating. I'm on the line with this question, but it's kind of working. It's kind of not working. But here we go, man. What is your favorite joke?
My favorite joke, oh, dude, like
nobody's ever prepared for this one. There's no jokes. Like we just send each other memes these days. Nobody has a joke.
Yeah, exactly. I used to have so many jokes ready as a kid. And so like,
come on, man.
Lev, you want me to tell one?
Yeah.
I thought you had one. They were raising your hand.
No, come
Okay.
on. Tell me,
It's a
tell me.
quick, so it's like a bit of a story one. I just
If
don't
Lev
remember.
has a joke, it's not going to be appropriate for this show.
Probably not. Not any show.
Can it be an innuendo? Can I use an innuendo?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Just it's
Okay.
like your image that you're.
Yeah. So two guys go golf. Two guys go golfing, right?
All right.
And
So two guys go golfing, right? That's what you said.
yeah, two guys go golfing. First one hits his drive. Second one steps up, lights a cigar. He's got this huge big lighter. He's like, "Where'd you get that big lighter?" Right? The guy goes, "Oh, I got a genie." Right? Genie, how many wishes you got? I got 2 left. Have one. All right. So he takes it out. He rubs the lamp. Genie comes out, and he goes, "What's your wish?" Right? The guy goes, "I want $1 million." Right? All of a sudden, the genie's, wish granted. Goes back in the lamp, and all of a sudden, the sky gets wicked dark, and lightning, thunder, and just ducks just start raining out of the sky, slamming on the ground, all over the fairway, the tee box. And there's just dead ducks. There's dead ducks everywhere. And the first golfer looks at the second golfer and goes, "What's wrong with you, Genie? I said $1 million. These are ducks." He goes, "You think I asked for a 10-inch bic?"
Oh, the joke was so fun. Like, it was funny. The story was funny, but like,
You didn't like the punchline?
the punchline is pretty trash. The joke was, I don't know, it was funny.
Dude, it's like the first one. I don't know why. It's the one I can never forget.
I don't know, your whole
think it's hilarious.
explanation, your delivery, like all of that was great. And,
Pretty
like,
good. Pretty good. Scott's a great sales guy. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that story.
I'm
Like, I
enjoying
was
the
immersed in
conversation.
that story. I was like, I was like fully immersed. Like, I felt
Dude,
like I was
I'm
there,
happy
dude.
you like the story. It's not my punchline, not my joke. So I'm happy you like the delivery at least.
Yeah, the delivery was fantastic. The punchline is pretty mediocre, but I mean, like, I get it. Yeah, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, man.
I used to have a ton of good ones, like one-liners.
We're getting into the final and last part for me, and it's going to be sponsored by Fair Trade Workforce with founder Vince Gonzalez. They're kind of overseas logistics company helping you get workers. They help them work from home. Great project, great guy. But this is the segment that they've now sponsored, the chicken wing choices. So did I do it with you last time? I think I did, didn't I?
Good chicken wings, yeah.
All right, we'll just run through it quick anyways because
We'll
I
run
already
through it
forgot.
quick.
So.
Yep.
Drums or flats?
Drums,
Ranch or blue cheese?
ranch, blue cheese is
Breaded or
separate.
non-breaded?
Non-breaded.
All right, man. They're still terrible. It was terrible answers. But
Again, that's fine. We're great chicken wing partners.
that's
We-
going to
we
be
like-
it for me, man. Now you're getting into Lev's segment Rapid Fire. So I'm going
All
to
right.
leave you guys to that.
Go, Lev.
Scott, a pleasure. So we're gonna play 2 quick games. There's two games that are part of Rapid Fire. First one's called Either Or. So you're gonna have the first thing in your mind. You're gonna pick one or the other. Okay, we want to get to know you a little bit. Do a 360. Are you ready?
Born ready.
You've done your final stretch.
Oh yeah, I stretched this morning.
Excellent. All right.
Yeah.
So we got chocolate or vanilla.
Chocolate.
Would you rather be a carrier rep or a dispatcher?
Dispatch.
Why?
I don't know. You seem like the badasses.
Okay. FTL or LTL?
FTL.
Baked potatoes or mashed potatoes?
Baked if it's loaded. Otherwise, give me mashed.
GAT or truck stop?
Oh nope, can't say that one. They're both wonderful partners.
Blondes or brunettes?
Puerto Ricans.
Free lunch or free dessert?
My girlfriend's Puerto Rican. Free dessert.
Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
Donkeys. Starbucks is trash. Don't even come near me with that stuff.
Calling or texting?
Depends on my mood. Texting.
Call
Calling.
for-
I lied. Calling.
Calling. Okay. So you're a sales guy. I get it. Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Nintendo or PlayStation?
Nintendo.
Tequila or whiskey?
Whiskey.
Bezos or Musk?
Bezos. They're both nuts.
Absolutely. Google Suites or Microsoft 365?
My CIO is going to kill me, but I like Microsoft.
Burger or hot dog?
Burger.
Side of fries or side of veggies? I think I know the answer to this one.
Fries. Side of fries. Well done.
Freight waves or freight caviar?
Freight caviar. I gotta say Switzerland on that one too.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm learning that one, but I'm learning that I am more of an introvert, but I am very good at being an extrovert. It's my job.
Interesting as a
I do
sales
well in
guy.
social. Yeah, so like I've always said that I'm a extrovert, but I'm realizing now, like as I'm just taking account of me and my life, and again looking to how to improve. Like I do like a lot of downtime and being alone and chilling. Like I don't need to be out in a crowd all the time. So I think I'm like a extrovert out of necessity. I do enjoy it. I enjoy company.
To pay the bills, I get it.
Yeah, well, and just like, sometimes I want to be crazy and go out and have a lot of fun. And sometimes I just want to chill on my couch and watch TV. More often
flying
than
or
be
driving?
out flying. I like driving, but after a certain point, it's not even a question.
Would you rather fly Spirit or Frontier?
I avoid both, but I've flown Spirit, so I guess I'll stick with that.
Broken Spirit. Okay. CH or Coyote?
I don't know. I'm a Blue Grace guy.
Budweiser or Miller Coors?
But
Tabasco Sriracha?
Tabasco.
Comedy or horror?
Ooh. Horror then a comedy.
Double Broker or Book and Look? And I'm quoting you.
Yeah, you like that one. I thought that was funny. Book and
That
Look.
was a good one.
Book and Look. Double brokering shady. Book and Look. Double broker shady. Double broker shady. Book and Look. You can get it done.
All right.
That was a mouthful. Sorry.
Biden or Trump?
Nope.
Would you rather be on a dating show or a survival show?
Survival show.
What kind of survival show?
More pure ability, not like conniving. I don't do backstabbing. I just want to compete.
Work from home, hybrid, or in office?
I like hybrid. I like the option, but I prefer at home. So I want the option.
Excellent.
Yeah, I like
So
the option.
congratulations on completing half of the game. And just a question for our viewers: how do you deal with hangovers? What's your recipe?
Again, been a long time since I've had one, but you gotta hydrate and electrolytes. I know there's all these hair of the dog, this and that. Like, yeah, if you want a hair of the dog to cut it, but then you just pump water. Like, you gotta pump water, eat something a little bit greasy. Just keep pumping water and electrolytes.
Greasy,
have a Gatorade
like
or an Under Armour. Huh? Greasy, just like something's gonna coat your stomach. Like, give yourself some comfort food. You already went boozing. You're hungover. Get a little comfort food. Start fresh. Get back on the grind after that.
All right. So, welcome to the second game called First Thought. First thing that comes to your mind when I say the following, okay?
Okay.
Favorite stand-up?
Bill Burr.
Landstar.
Too many disconnected agents.
Who is your best LinkedIn friend?
McClingan Smith.
What's your retirement plan?
Travel a lot.
Addiction.
Can't answer that one directly. I like Diet Coke.
Weighing all of your food.
No, like Diet Coke or Coke Zero. That's like one of my guilty pleasures.
Got it. Favorite salad
mild.
dressing?
Ranch.
Most important sales metric?
Productivity. I don't know. I mean, like numbers, just straight revenue, baby.
What's the worst TMS you have seen on the market?
Oh my gosh. I've used a lot of
Spit it out.
Yeah. The old school Mercury Gate was rough. That's what I cut my teeth on. No hate at Mercury Gate. Just the old version. That's tough. There's a lot going on.
Who's the most important person in freight right now?
The most important person in freight right now? Shoot. I'm not that connected. I'm sorry. That stunk, I know.
Favorite athlete?
Tom Brady.
Favorite
Cam
Eminem
Neely.
song?
Eminem song? Oh, Jesus Christ. I really like White Trash Party.
Just answer Tom Brady, dude.
Yeah, Tom
Hey,
Brady.
I'm a
Cam,
big fan. I
Cam
like
Neely.
Tom Brady as well. I know it's not
Cam
popular,
Neely.
but
Cam Neely's really my favorite. But yeah, Tom
Alright.
Brady, Cam Neely. And sorry, what was the last one? I kind of half-ass answered, I think.
favorite Eminem song?
Favorite Eminem song, yeah. White Trash Party is a lot of fun. It's not my favorite, but it's the one I can think of right now, and I know we're moving.
Favorite color?
Red.
Favorite artist?
Billy Joel.
Favorite city?
Boston.
Strong solo.
Dimitri.
Why not Tanya?
Why does nobody say Sergey? Why does nobody
Sergey,
say
Dimitri. I do it either way.
Tasha. I mean,
What's
come
funny
on,
is the only
man,
time I
throw
knew
it
I
in.
had a strong soul, he was a Spanish guy. But either way, it was funny.
All right, favorite Thanksgiving dish.
The mashed.
The worst carrier you've ever worked with.
I was on the sales side. I didn't really work with carriers.
All right. Favorite
Transactional
federal
shippers,
holiday.
those are the worst.
Favorite federal holiday.
July 4th.
Celebrity crush.
Celebrity cry. I'm never ready for this one either. Friggin' what's her face though? Like yeah. I can't think of her.
Terrible.
Oh, Ava Mendez.
All right, good choice.
Yeah,
Favorite
I'm terrible
historical
with names.
figure.
Favorite historical figure. Really just World War II soldiers in general.
Taylor
Fascinating.
Swift.
Best pop artist since Michael Jackson.
Cereal.
Awesome.
All right, congratulations on completing second game. We had a lot of fun. Appreciate you being on. Just have a couple more questions here.
All right, let's go.
What is the weirdest thing about you?
Weirdest thing about me is that I really
I can bring myself back in. This isn't like a time.
go for it.
Unless
for
I'm
it.
wrong, but I don't think you can answer that in 5 seconds.
No, that's tough. So weirdest thing about me, you said?
Correct.
Okay. I'm a
Weighing your food all the time, bro.
yeah, I'm
Oh.
a fitness nut. Like I like guns, but I really like Taylor Swift and like
What's your favorite gun?
like romantic movies like make me cry. Like The Notebook gets me every time.
What's your favorite gun?
What's your favorite gun?
I own a Walther PDP, but I don't know a ton about them. I'm starting to learn. But I mean, I have a solid handgun for home defense. I just take
Very
the
nice.
range.
Hey, so I've been watching.
But I do
a lot
want to.
of
I want a couple more things.
I've been
What's
watching a
up?
lot of YouTube shorts about guns.
Yeah.
What do you think about this statement? Lev, you can answer it too. So this is like I saw a really funny reel about this. It was like
Mhm.
the 1911 is the best handgun ever made. Period. Like that's just a statement.
I don't know enough to argue that.
Yeah,
What about you, Lev?
I don't know enough to argue that.
I gotta
I mean,
find somebody.
it's
The
a
next
very
guest will
popular
be a gun
handgun.
guy.
It's a very
It's
popular, very good
it's,
handgun.
it's yeah, absolutely. All right, last question for you, Scott.
Mhm.
What do you think if you're not a married guy, correct?
No, I'm not married. No,
If you were going to have a freight wedding, what would it look like?
if I was gonna have a freight wedding, what would it look like? All right, you gotta have a real clean row of semis behind you. Like you need the tractors just pointing in, and they're looking fresh. They all got like some big candy paint going on, but some old
With
school
trailers?
classics too.
With trailers or just bobtail?
No, just the bobtail because that's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot going on some big lawn somewhere. Yeah, so just the bobtail, and then I would never do this, but like you've all gotta
Why
you've
not?
gotta dress. No, I'm
Come on,
saying
man,
like
you're
if I
a
had
freight guy.
no, but I'm saying like yeah, but like I wouldn't. First off, she'd leave me. Second, it's like yeah, I'm being a little stereotypical right now. So definitely the trucks. So the trucks would be fresh as hell. Only serving like for alcohol, like light beer and whiskey. Also beverage like non-alcoholic beverage options were an array of. I like this question. An array of energy drinks. Zin, don't forget dip because
Yeah, thank you. I was gonna say, bro, if you don't say a
Oh.
big bowl of Zin pouches free for all, you can take them as you
Yeah,
want,
like
right?
just all 12 grammers. Other party favors that are legal in most areas.
I didn't know cocaine was legal in most areas.
Not talking about coke,
No.
but not going skiing. We're not skiing at this wedding. This is a bunny slope no go zone.
Just gonna be a bowl of meth instead, bro. Like,
Yeah, because that's legal everywhere.
we're talking about trucking, man. This is the.
I
thought we
know,
were
I
talking
know.
about trucking wedding.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna be handing out. Everyone's gonna get the party favor. Like, what movie was it? Oh, it was the Griselda movie where she gave everybody coke. We're just gonna give them all a meth pipe. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's your to-go bag, bro.
Your little goodie bag, your gift bag. Oh my god. The carpet would have to be like NASCAR themed. All of the seats would be like stadium seating, and everybody gets like there's just like buckets of chicken wings going around. Who doesn't like chicken wings? I'm starting to go a little NASCAR here, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say this just sounds like a Super Bowl party.
Drums or flats?
Yeah, drums. I'm a drums guy. I want drums. I want people who want flats though, because those are my people. I get all the drums. I mean, I'll eat both, but preference for sure. So yeah, that's kind of how the wedding looks like. We're both probably in jorts, flannel, or like casual t-shirts and boots. You know, we're going all out.
Boys. It has been a very fun episode.
Pleasure.
18. I'm very happy to have you back, Scott.
Good to meet you, Lev.
For agreeing to co-host when normally you just run the rapid fire. Thank you for the rapid fire segment, guys. I had some good laughs backstage about it.
Good.
But that's
sorry
it.
that I didn't nail them all. Some of the
No,
stuff
you did pretty good, but that's it, boys.
We're gonna have to bring him back at some point.
Lev, and
I'm always happy to come back.
We'll definitely have all three of us back at some point, and enjoy the rest of your weekends, everybody.
Guys,
say when.
have a nice weekend.
That's it for episode 18 of podcast. Have a great weekend, everybody. And just before we go, a quick shout out to Truckerfy, available in the Google Play Store, Apple App Store. If you're a driver looking for a job, if you're a carrier looking to hire drivers, check them out. Have a great weekend.